The Thunderdome is gone, the fans are back, and the Bloodline wastes no time reminding us who runs the WWE. The Usos are chasing gold, Roman Reigns is holding off Edge, and with the family reunited, will they rise together or fall apart? It's time to rewind the Bloodline. Welcome back to the Bloodline Rewind. I'm your host, Johnny Bakeshow, and this is part 35 of our ongoing series. So, if you are new here, go back to last week's episode where we wrapped up the Thunderdome era and Edge officially returned and stepped up to Roman again. But before we get started, don't forget to acknowledge us. Make sure you drop a like and hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to support us. But we have two huge matches here on Money in the Bank, so let's get to it. So Dom and Jimmy get us kicked off here as we start with a collar and elbow tie-up as Dom takes over early. Dom hits a few arm drags into some shoulder locks, and then Ray tags in. They double arm drag Jimmy for a 2 count. Jimmy then fires up and powers Ray into the corner and tags Jay in. Ray hits a drop kick, but Jay is able to throw Ray to the outside. Jimmy tags in and he headbutts Ray. He lands a big chop and then he chokes Ray in the middle rope. As the ref turns his back, Jay hits Ray with an uppercut, just like how they won on the previous SmackDown. Jimmy puts Ray into a headlock and Ray fights out and tags Dom in. Dom springboards off the rope and hits a neck breaker. He then hits a springboard moonsault for a 2 count and Jimmy tags in, but Dom kicks Jimmy to the outside. Dom goes for a crossbody off the top rope to the outside, but the Usos catch Dom and throw him into the barricade. Jay hits a hip attack in the corner on Dom, and Jay hits a body slam onto Dom, and then Jimmy tags in. They hit a double team wishbone on Dom, and Jimmy takes over with a headlock. Jimmy then puts Dom on the top rope for a Samoan drop, but Dom is able to slip out, and he throws Jimmy over the top rope to the outside. Jimmy is able to make it back into the ring before the countout. We get a hot tag as Ray hits the spinning DDT. Ray then goes to the top. He hits a flying senton for 2. Ray hits a springboard Hurricane Rana, but Jimmy gets the blind tag. Jimmy hits a pop-up Samoan drop for a huge near fall that the ref actually counted 3 here.
The tag team titles got him, no kick out at 2.5.
The Usos set up for a double super kick, but Dom pulls Jimmy out. Ray goes for the 619.
Went for the 619! Jimmy Uso!
But Jimmy dives in front of him to save his brother. What an awesome spot that was. Ray goes for the senton, but Jay hits a super kick. He climbs up for an Uso splash, but somehow Ray kicked out for a huge pop. The crowd was going wild here for a kickoff show. I literally couldn't believe the crowd here. Jimmy tags in and the Usos climb to the top rope for the double Uso splash. Dom pushes Jay off the top rope and then Jimmy gets Dom out of the way. Ray gets posted by Jimmy. He gets rolled up.
A top turnbuckle, scooping him up from behind and look at helping his brother out.
And he gets the 3 count as the Usos are your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So, Dave gave this 3.5 stars, but let me know in the comments what you think of this match. For it being a pre-show match, this could have easily been on the main show and I wouldn't have been angry about it. And I'm going to give it 3 3/4 stars. Let me know what your rating of this match was below. Did you think that Meltzer was too low or too high? Or do you hate Dave Meltzer? I don't care. Let us know in the comments. And that leads us to our main event of the show. But before we get to that, Jimmy and Jay are in Roman's locker room with their tag team titles. Roman is smiling and he tells him how happy he is for him.
Yes, sir. Happy for y'all. Yeah.
And they present the tag titles to Roman, and Roman wants them to hold on to the belts. He tells them it's been a long journey. And what happened?
Main event Jey Uso, right?
Sir.
Right hand man. And you were smart enough to learn from your brother.
Yeet.
Roman says, let's not get this confused.
Winning those was the easy part. That match was the easy part.
He did all of the heavy lifting, and he looks at Jay and says,
Who brought you back?
he wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for Roman and Jimmy.
You. But we're here now. We covered in gold. We're number 1. The Bloodline's number 1. And it's all about this representation.
Sir.
Roman says now it's time to give him what he wants. Jay says that he's with Roman and he has to go Jimmy.
Girls, you know me. You know me. Yeah, me too. Oos, me too.
Into acknowledging Roman here. And this is really interesting because it shows that Jimmy still isn't 100% with Roman, which he did say a few weeks ago on the show. Now that he has the gold, he hasn't changed who he is. And I really, really like that about Jimmy's character. So Roman smiles and he tells the Usos that he's proud of them. And they both leave the locker room. So we are now going to the main event of the show, the Universal Championship match. And we get an excellent promo package that recaps how we got here. So if you are new here and you do not know how we got here, go back to the channel and check out the rest of the uploads. It will get you all caught up on everything that leads us right to this point.
You think you know me?
Edge comes out to an enormous pop, and I've always loved Edge's entrance. It is an all-timer, and Michael Cole tells us that Edge is going for his 12th WWE Championship, and honestly, I couldn't believe that Edge was an 11-time champion. So let me know, did you know that Edge was an 11-time champion at this point in time? Our Tribal Chiefs music hits, and again, just like on SmackDown, there is a huge crowd pop, but it's followed by boos, which I kind of expected, but I actually didn't expect crickets at some points of this entrance. That was really weird for me. The Wise Man is by Roman's side, and I am ready for this match. They really did a good job of hyping it, and it didn't feel forced. It actually felt like a big deal, and I don't think it's a coincidence that with fans in the building, it makes everything feel better. Our match starts with both men staring each other down. They're taking it very slow. They pander to the crowd like it's WrestleMania 18, and this crowd was ready. We start with a collar and elbow tie-up as Roman backs Edge into the corner. They tie up again, and this time Roman gets backed into the corner, both ending their holds with a slap to the face, and that added a great level of intensity to start this match. Edge gets Roman down with some chain wrestling, and he backs off, and as he's backing off, Roman hated that he was giving him an opportunity to get back into this. Edge takes over with a side headlock. Roman sends Edge into the ropes and levels Edge with a shoulder tackle and starts taunting the crowd. Edge gathers himself on the outside. He comes back in and starts working on Roman's left arm, which is really something that Daniel Bryan has done in recent matches, but Roman powers out and sends Edge into the turnbuckles and regains control. Roman lays in some lariats in the corner, but Edge is able to counter and wrap Roman's arm around the rope. And then he posts Roman's shoulder. Edge stays on Roman's left arm the entire time. And we all know that the left arm plays a huge role in Roman's choke, but it is the same mistake that Daniel Bryan made in the Exile match. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, Roman Reigns faced Daniel Bryan, and if Daniel Bryan lost, he was exiled from SmackDown forever. It is on the channel. Please go back and check that out. Roman is able to escape Edge's shoulder hold as he recovers with Paul on the outside as Paul whispers sweet nothings into his ear. Roman walks back into the ring and punches Edge in the face, and now both men are trading blows. Edge blocks Roman's punch with a kick and then knees him through the ropes to the outside. Edge hops out. He goes over the Roman.
Get Roman. Well, Edge realizing that. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns with a Samoan.
But Roman hits a Samoan drop at the ringside area. The ref is now counting, and he's at 7, 8, and Roman slides in. He breaks the count and says Edge into the ring post. Now the ref is counting for Edge, and Edge is struggling to get in the ring, and he barely makes it into the ring as Roman lays in some heavy boots in the corner. Roman then throws Edge to the outside. He walks down the steps. He picks Edge up, and he throws him into the steps multiple times. He brings Edge back into the ring for a 2 count. He mounts Edge for some ground and pound. He picks him up, sends him into the ring post 2 more times, and now Roman has taken over this match. Roman then hits a suplex for a 2 count. He sinks in a chokehold in the middle of the ring, and Edge fights out, but Roman is able to sink it back in.
Hang on.
Don't back. This shit.
Roman is screaming at the crowd here as he's squeezing the life out of Edge, and Edge fires up, and this time it was enough as he laid in some rib shots. He hits the ropes, and he eats a massive uppercut from Roman, and he drops to the ropes. Roman walks around the ring, and he nails Edge with a drive-by for a 2 count. Roman is setting up for the Superman punch, but Edge gets to his feet. Roman leaps and Edge catches him in a backslide, and Roman is able to kick out. The crowd was super up for that spot because it felt like Edge was dead in the water, and it was all he had left to get that in on Roman. So both men are rebounding off the ropes, trading blows. Roman goes for an uppercut, but Edge counters by spinning Roman.
Roman Reigns. Oh, Edge duck for the title. Oh,
And plants Roman for a huge near fall. So now Edge has shown signs of life here. And he gets to his feet. He hits a clothesline. Roman then boots Edge. Roman hits the ropes, goes for a big clothesline, but Edge hits a face buster and then an Edgecution for another near fall. Roman is now reeling as Edge is laying in rights. He puts Roman up to the top rope. He falls off, but he hits a running bulldog on the top of the ring post, and now Roman's foot is caught on the rope. Roman is now helpless in the Tree of Woe position as Edge stomps a mud hole into Roman.
tip away. Edge drags him back.
Edge then locks in the crossface, and this is something that we've been waiting the entire time for this match. Roman tries to power out, but he starts crawling to the rope. Edge pulls back as hard as he can on Roman, and he is looking exactly like he did in all of those photos that Edge has shown us week after week leading up to this match on the Titantron. Roman is able to make it to the ropes and break the hold as Edge is setting up for a spear. Edge runs and Roman catches Edge in a guillotine choke, and it is locked in. And you have to think here that if Edge would have targeted Roman's right arm, that hold wouldn't have been as effective. Just the same as it was for Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan attacked the left shoulder, not the right. And the right shoulder is what Roman uses for the choke. And that was their downfall. So Edge, with everything that he has left, he pushes both out between the ropes to the floor. And that was the only thing Edge could do to break the hold.
Reigns for the spear. Edge ducked out.
Roman goes to spear Edge through the barricade, but he slips out and Roman explodes into the barricades. Edge then spears Roman through the remaining barricade into the front row. He carries Roman back into the ring. He covers Roman, but Roman somehow kicks out. Edge is trying for the Edgecution, but Roman countered. He hits a Superman punch. Edge falls, but when he's falling, he takes out the referee. Roman realizes that the ref is down. He rolls out, he grabs chairs, and now we know where this is going. Roman breaks the bottom bar off. He's coming back into the ring to choke Edge and get his revenge, and Edge is now helpless in the ring. Roman is now standing over him screaming, and Roman pulls the bar into Edge's face, but Edge blocks it.
I had to manifest the anger. I have to pull out all the stops, go to that other level. And that's what Edge is going to do here. And now it's Edge's turn. And Roman Reigns, and this is the moment.
Edge is laying beside Roman. When he looks down and he sees the bar laying right there, he grabs it, and now he locks in the Glasgow grin. And this is where I want you to take a pause and think, did you think that Roman was going to tap here? Were you biting? Because you have to be honest here, because it literally felt like Roman was going to tap here. The Usos are coming to the ring to help Roman, but the Mysterios cut them off before they can get there. Roman is now fading in the ring, and all of the sudden,
What the hell is Seth doing here?
Seth Rollins curb stomps Edge. And if you remember the last week on the Bloodline Rewind, Seth told Edge backstage that he was coming for him if he won the briefcase. And well, I guess it didn't really matter to Edge because he didn't win the briefcase. Big E did, but he's still here to take out Edge regardless. So Roman sets up for the spear. He runs, but Edge hits the spear, and we have no ref. A new ref is running in, but Roman kicks out at 2.99, and the crowd was going banana for this. This was such an incredible spot. Edge is setting up for another spear, but Rollins hops on the apron. Roman hits the ropes, spears Edge, and retains the Universal Championship. My word, what a way to bring the fans back. So once Edge finally comes to, he goes after Rollins, and they follow each other through the crowd, and Roman is standing in the ring. He grabs the mic.
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
It's John Cena. John Cena is here. And this isn't the BS Cena that we're seeing here in 2025. This is the good John Cena. And Cena must pose, brother, as Roman watches as we go off the air. So, do you remember when John Cena showed up this night? And be honest, did you pop? Did you groan? I want to hear your honest reactions in the comments below. But Dave gave this match 4.25 stars, and I for sure have to agree with him because this wasn't quite as good as the WrestleMania 37 match. Go back to the channel and check that one out. But it was better than the Backlash match with Cesaro. So I'm going to go 4.5 stars here. It was very well deserved. I enjoyed the ending so much. I honestly forgot that John Cena came out at the end, and I popped to the moon whenever I saw him come out because I cannot wait for this match because obviously we're heading to SummerSlam now, and it's going to be Roman Reigns versus John Cena. And we're going to get there next week with the Fallout SmackDown, so make sure you come back here for that. But overall, Money in the Bank received 94.4% thumbs up from observer readers, so they really liked it a lot. The best match was not a Roman match for once. It was the third best on the show, following the men's Money in the Bank match and Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair coming in second. And this was a full sellout. Pretty obviously, it's the first PLE back with fans, so but we do have some news. I have mentioned Daniel Bryan on this show. So, in this time in 2021, Daniel Bryan signed with AEW. So, we did mention a few weeks back that Bryan was a part of those New Japan WWE relationship talks in the beginning, but he was phased out in the last couple months, and obviously it's because he was leaving the company. And AEW, obviously, we all know where we are in 2025. AEW kept their relationship with New Japan, and WWE and New Japan never came to a deal. And as far as other pro wrestling signings, WWE sources believe here in July of 2021 that CM Punk has signed with AEW. Obviously, we know later the next month, CM Punk shows up at the First Dance. So he will be there. He will eventually get here in the Bloodline Rewind, so we will get there someday. But we do have something else to talk about here. The July 16th SmackDown that we reviewed last week had a significant ratings bump, up over 16%. And the July 23rd SmackDown will be an interesting one because it is being aired from 2 different locations. Make sure you tune in next week to see what kind of craziness is going on there. That was part 35 of the Bloodline Rewind. The family is draped in gold. Roman survived Edge, but make no mistake, things are far from over because John Cena has made his return, and this next chapter for the Tribal Chief is going to be his toughest one yet. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell so that you know when part 36 comes out. And with that, I'm Johnny Bakeshow, and we just called it in the ring.